I'm Dr. Glenn Wilkerson, Dr. G. This coronavirus crisis and the disease it has created, COVID-19, has launched us into new territory. We're being told that the best way of dealing with it is to practice social distancing. Stay at home. As a result, the psychology of staying at home is flipped. However, if you've got kids, it's not like that, is it? For a period of time, you're going to be together 24/7. And what are you going to do with them? I have 7 friendly tips to help you and your children during this coronavirus crisis. We'll take a look at 3 of them today, and I'll share the other 4 tips next session. There's an old West Texas saying, find the good that camps out in every storm. Although it may be difficult to see at first, that good is always there for us to find. This pandemic, known as the coronavirus, is no exception. In the midst of great human anxiety, suffering, and loss, lurks possibilities for good. In fact, social distancing might be a family blessing in disguise. Let me share a story with you. The world's last pandemic was in 1918 when the Spanish flu killed around 670,000 people right here in the United States alone. Following the advice of the medical authorities at that time, many cities across America sought to contain the virus through a strategy called social distancing. In St. Louis, for example, Mayor Henry Keel issued an emergency order closing schools, theaters, playgrounds, pool halls, and all other public places. And the result was that St. Louis had the lowest death rate among the nation's largest cities. The strategy of social distancing worked. 100 years later, here we are. America is dealing with another pandemic, and our health authorities once again are strongly recommending social distancing. Cities and entire states are closing their schools. And as our kids will quickly learn, the situation is vastly different from their summer vacations. The social isolation, without the distractions of the mall or soccer practice or swim meets, is unlike anything our young people have ever experienced. And if we parents handle it rightly, our kids may look back on this time as comprising one of the warmest memories of their childhood. The truth is, our families will never have a better opportunity to bond. Let's take a lemon and make some lemonade. Here's how. I'm going to share with you 7 tips for using social distancing to build closer relationships among your family members. Tip number 1. Assure your children that everything is going to be okay. The first task is to deal with your children's fears and anxiety regarding the virus. Folks can't share fun and meaningful experiences together if they're anxious. Meet with each child to talk about COVID-19, the disease caused by the coronavirus, making sure that what you share is age appropriate. Tell your child, you're going to be hearing all kinds of things about the virus over the television and your social media, and I'm going to tell you a lot of it is not going to be true. Now you can trust me to tell you the truth, and if you have any questions about it, ask me. Now, here are 3 things I want you to know. Number 1, a very small percentage of children are contracting the virus. Number 2, for most people who do become ill, the conditions are similar to having the flu, and those conditions go away after a few days. Number 3, we're going to be staying at home for a while so that we won't catch the virus or give it to someone else. Then gather your family together and tell your children that your family is prepared to handle the situation and that you're going to be fine. Tell them there are going to be times when you are going to feel bored. So we're going to figure out ways to have some fun and to spend some wonderful time together. Tip number 2, devise a schedule. Children need structure in their lives. It's a comfort to them to feel like that there is order in their universe. Bereft of the schedule imposed by their schools, they will need a family schedule that conveys a sense of security and stability. So, have a family meeting to solicit your children's input regarding the family schedule. Regarding fun time, ask the children what they would like to do. Schedule the time for meals, academics if you plan to do some homeschooling, recreation, family walks, bedtimes. Since every member of the family who's verbal is going to have a say in constructing the schedule, ask for some consensus in adhering to it. Tell your kids, this will be our schedule for the time being. However, we'll be flexible. We'll review it from time to time to make sure it works for us. Tip number 3, plan some fun times. Calendar a couple of times a day for family recreation. Cook together. Learning how to cook will be an invaluable skill for when the kids get out on their own. Take on a Lego project. Set up an arts and crafts area where at the same time, family members meet to paint, do macrame, mold clay, or engage in whatever creative pursuit as a family or as individuals they choose to do. And it's important to take time to admire each other's projects and for the artist, young or old, to describe to the rest of the family what he or she is creating. Sing together. Sing some old hymns. Sing silly songs that make you laugh. And choose one of them to be the family song. For 3 generations, my family song has been Old Dan Tucker. To this day, we sing it at our family gatherings and we just break up laughing. The shared singing brings us joy. Also, put on some music and dance. Do some line dancing together. Invent a family dance. Most kids will absolutely love it. Play games together. I want to say that again. Play games together. There are all kinds of games that adults and children can enjoy playing together. Now, I don't know what his secret is, but my 5-year-old grandson beat me 16 times out of 20 hands of Old Maid. And after we finished playing, he said, in the future, Daddy Glenn, maybe we can let you draw twice. Games allow us, in the words of my kids, to hoot and holler together. They provide wonderful opportunities to create lasting memories of having fun together as a family. Well, those are our first 3 tips. Next session, I'll be sharing with you 4 additional tips on how you can work with your kids and play with your kids during this coronavirus crisis. Thanks for being with me.